Senate will come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Senators Baisley, Bridges,
Excused.
Buckner, Coleman, Cutter, Danielson, Exum, Fields,
She's over there.
Senator Fields,
Eric, she's over there. She waved her hand.
thank you, Gardner, Senator Gardner, Janal, Senator Janal,
Excused.
Gonzalez. You said excused for Janal. Senator Gonzalez,
Excused.
Hanson,
Excused.
Henriksen, Hawkes Lewis, Kirkmeyer, Kolker, Liston. So I now see Janelle. Can I mark her? I'm going to call her again. Where's Lundin. Morning. Marchman. Michelson Janae. Malika. Pelton B. Pelton R. Criolla. Rich. Roberts. Rodriguez. Simpson.
Excused.
Smallwood.
Excused.
Sullivan. Van Winkle. Will. Winter. Zenziger. Senator Janal. Mr. President.
Here. The morning roll call is 30 present, 0 absent, 5 excused. We have a quorum. Senator Marchman, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
30 present, 5 excused. Want me to confirm?
Will you please stand and join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance.
Approval of the journal. Senator Baisley.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, I ask that you give prayerful consideration to voting on this motion. This is important. I move that the Senate Journal of January 31st, 2024 be approved as corrected by the Secretary.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no? No. The ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. Senate Services.
February 1st, 2024, correctly printed Senate Concurrent Resolution 1, Senate Joint Resolution 7, correctly engrossed Senate Bills 4, 5, and 31.
Committee reports.
January 31st, 2024, Committee on Health and Human Services, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 18 be amended as follows, and is so amended be referred to the Committee on Finance with favorable recommendation. Committee on Education, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 51 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation, and with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar.
Introduction of bills.
House Bill 1030, Representatives Hartsick and Lucan, Senators Pelton, R. and Bridges, concerning victim programs in the new 23rd Judicial District.
Judiciary. There he is. General order, second reading of bills, consent calendar. Senator Coleman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate resolve itself in committee the whole for consideration of general orders, second reading of the bills, consent calendar.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. The Senate will resolve itself in the committee of the whole for the consideration of the general orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar, and Senator Coleman will take the chair. It's all you.
It's all me. The committee will come to order and the court rule is relaxed. Will the clerk please read the title of the bill and the general order, second reading of the bill's consent calendar?
Senate Bill 58, Senators Baisdene Roberts, Representatives Tatone and Byrd, concerning landowner liability under the Colorado Recreational Use Statute.
Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move for the adoption of Senate Bill 58 on the consent calendar and the associated Judiciary Committee report.
Is there any discussion on the committee report? Seeing none, the motion of the body is the adoption of the report and general order, second reading of the bill's consent calendar. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The committee report is adopted. Is there any discussion on the bill on the consent calendar? Seeing none, the motion of the body is the adoption of the bill and the general order, second reading of the bill's consent calendar. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The bill is adopted. Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
Motion for the committee to rise and report. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the motion is adopted, even though there was one no. The committee will rise and report.
The Senate will come to order. Senator Coleman.
Thank you, Mr. President. The committee has had a bill under consideration. Will the clerk please read the report?
February 1st, 2024, Mr. President, your committee of the whole begs leave to report it has had under consideration the following attached bills, being the second reading thereof, and makes the following recommendations thereon. Senate Bill 58 is amended, passed on second reading, and ordered engrossed and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage.
Senator Coleman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the report.
Motion is the adoption of the committee of the whole report. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 30 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 5 excused. The committee of the whole report is adopted. Senate Bill 58 is amended, passed on second reading, and ordered engrossed, and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. General order, second reading of bills. Senator Coleman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate resolve itself in committee of the whole for consideration of general order, second reading of bills.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. The Senate will resolve itself into the committee of the whole for the consideration of the general order, second reading of bills, and Senator Coleman will take the chair.
The Senate will come to order. Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to lay over Senate Bill 6 to Thursday, February 8th, 2024.
The motion is to lay over Senate Bill 6 to Thursday, February 8th, 2024. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. What? And Senate Bill 6 will be laid over to Thursday, February 8th. Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 56?
Senate Bill 56, Senators Senator Henriksen concerning programs for off-highway vehicle users and in connection therewith, exempting commercial use on private property from snowmobile registration, creating an out-of-state snowmobile permit to drive on publicly owned lands, and adding the search and rescue fee to snowmobile and off-highway vehicle permits.
Senator Henriksen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move Senate Bill 56 and the corresponding Transportation and Energy Committee report.
To the Transportation and Energy Committee report, Senator Henriksen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We added an amendment in committee that changed the dates for permit fee collection to coincide with the dates that are done for other off-highway vehicles. And we put in a stipulation that 17% of the permitting fees would be used for administration, with the rest going to trail maintenance operation.
The motion, seeing no further discussion, is the adoption of the Transportation and Energy Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee report is adopted. To the bill, Senator Henriksen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I mentioned that in the Transportation, Energy, and Committee report, one of the things the amendment did was set at 17% the percentage of the fees that would be used for administration.
There's an amendment at the desk. Will the clerk please read L003 to Senate Bill 56?
L003,
Senator
amendment
Henriksen.
transportation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So what this clarifies is that up to 17%, not precisely 17%, but up to 17% of the fees will be used for administration, with the rest going towards trail maintenance.
Please move the amendment.
Oh, and I move L03.
The motion is the adoption of L003. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. L003 is adopted. To the bill. Seeing Senator Will.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So what this bill does under current law, snowmobile owners are to register their snowmobile, but this exempts snowmobiles that are used exclusively on private land, and that means commercially as well. So there's a lot of, especially over in my district, you can go out and rent a snowmobile for a day or go on these tours, and if it's on all private land or a private ranch, then all these registrations, they don't have to be registered. But if you're going out on public land, what this law requires is any non-resident has to pay the fee. And currently, there isn't an out-of-state snowmobile permit required, but this bill creates that permit. And it will be a fundraiser as well, but especially for trail maintenance. And that helps a lot of our local snowmobile clubs with equipment and trail maintenance as well. And so in the state of Colorado and the tourism that we get, there's a lot of out-of-state snowmobiles being used on our public lands in the state of Colorado. This way, at least they'll pay a fee.
And we have more discussion. Senator Rich.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I have a question, because they have to pay a fee to even use their snowmobile. And now you want to charge, or they pay a registration, and then you want them to pay a fee. And so you're kind of doubling them to come here. Won't that deter people from coming to Colorado?
Senator Will.
Thank you for that question, Senator Rich, but this applies only to non-resident snowmobiles. So they currently don't buy the registration like a Colorado does, so now this is requiring anyone operating a snowmobile in the state of Colorado to register and have a permit.
Senator Rich.
Just for clarification, I thought the bill said they had to pay a permit, they had to get a permit to even run a snowmobile in Colorado, and then you want to charge them a fee as well. It seems like there's two things going on there for out-of-state residents, and it might deter people from coming here. That's what I'm trying to understand, because they have to pay a permit to come to even use one of those, and then you want to charge them a fee as well.
Senator Henriksen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So to answer that question, right now a permit fee is required of in-state residents. It is not required for out-of-state residents using our trails. We are asking out-of-state residents who come to Colorado and use our public trail system to comply with the same rules and the fee processing that we ask of our own Colorado residents who use snowmobile trails.
Senator Will.
So the old law, so if you came from Minnesota or Wisconsin and you had your snowmobile registered in that state, you could operate it in Colorado. But what this law does is that, yeah, you have it registered, just like you have a snowmobile registered in Colorado if you're a resident of Colorado. But what this is saying is if you're out of state, you have to pay the permit. You're not buying a registration for your snowmobile in Colorado. You're buying a permit to use your out-of-state snowmobile in Colorado.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the adoption of Senate Bill 56. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and Senate Bill 56 is adopted. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
The motion is for the committee to rise and report. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Wow, and the committee will rise and report.
Senate will come to order. Senator Coleman.
Thank you, Mr. President. The committee has met and had a number of bills in consideration. Will the clerk please read the report?
February 1, 2024. Mr. President, your committee of the whole begs leave to report it has had under consideration the following attached bills, being the second reading thereof, and makes the following recommendations thereon. Senate Bill 56 is amended, passed on second reading, and ordered engrossed and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. Senate Bill 6 laid over until February 8, 2024, and retaining its place on the calendar.
Senator Coleman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the report.
The motion is the adoption of the committee of the whole report. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 30 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 5 excused, the committee of the whole report is adopted. Senate Bill 56 is amended, passed on second reading, and ordered engrossed and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. Senate Bill 6 laid over until February 8th and retaining its place on the calendar. Will the clerk please add Senator Smallwood to the roll? Committee reports.
January 31st, 2024, Mr. President, the Committee on Transportation and Energy has had under consideration, has had a hearing on the following appointments and recommends that the appointments be confirmed. Member of the Public Utilities Commission, effective January 14, 2024, for a term expiring January 8, 2028. Megan Gilman of Edwards, Colorado, a Democrat, reappointed.
Announcements. Senator Coleman.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, the Senate State Veteran Military Affairs Committee will be meeting at 1:30 today to hear Senate Bill 53 in those Supreme Court chambers. And then I also have one more announcement. And may I have a moment of personal privilege?
You may.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Members, we're joined today on the floor. I'd ask them to stand and be recognized by University Prep's K-5 Arapahoe campus, where they dream big with children and families. They call their students scholars because they believe that's what they are, and they want them to believe it too. At UPrep, they're preparing children not just for college, but for them to pursue whatever dreams they may have. Thank you all for joining us today. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Michelson Janae.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, on your desk, you will notice that you have this lovely magazine. It is from the Civil Air Patrol. If you're not already a member of the Civil Air Patrol and would like to become a member of the Civil Air Patrol, please see me and I will help you do so. And I'm asking for a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
I'd like to welcome, if you would please stand, Leadership Commerce City, who is here today on the floor with us. These are leaders from Commerce City, Colorado. If you would please take some time to go over and say hello to them, I would greatly appreciate it. Please welcome our guests. One more. Final thing, good morning, members. I want to remind you of an event taking place this evening, and I hope that you will join me and many other colleagues who plan to attend. This evening's Colorado Society of Anesthesiologists and the Colorado Radiological Society are hosting their annual joint legislative reception. It will take place tonight at 5:30 p.m. at the Art Hotel on the 4th floor. I would like to tell you a bit about the folks who you'll be meeting tonight. The Colorado Radiological Society is a member group of radiologists, residents, and fellows who provide educational materials and communication to the entire radiology community across the state. In addition, today the governor has proclaimed the Physician Anesthesiologist Day in Colorado, celebrating the hundreds of anesthesiologists across the state who are the guardians of the patient's safety and healthcare in the operating room, in the delivery room, in the intensive care unit, in pain management clinics, and at the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs, protecting our nation's veterans. Please come tonight at the Art Hotel.
Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, the governor must be busy because he has also proclaimed today Unclaimed Property Day. So I don't think I need a moment of personal privilege because I'm just going to make an announcement about that. All right, so today is National Unclaimed Property Day, and our Treasurer Dave Young is ready to give back more than $1.5 billion in cold, hard cash through the Great Colorado Payback. In the last year, the Great Colorado Payback returned almost $52 million to 71,000 people. And what makes this day so special is that for today only, the treasurer is going to be opening up the state vault. So if you haven't been down to the state vault, I highly recommend that you go. They're going to throw open the doors and they're going to be displaying some of the unique tangible items that they're working to reunite with their rightful owners. So go ahead and head down to the treasurer's office before noon today and check out the vault. Aides and staff are also welcome. Also, today, the Joint Budget Committee will be taking public testimony from the public beginning at 1:30 over at LSBB. So please let your communities know that they're welcome to come and share with the Joint Budget Committee their priorities with this year's budget. Following that, we are hoping to meet as a committee so that we can discuss figure-setting comebacks for total compensation. Thank you.
If you've misplaced a gold bar, you might want to wander down there to the treasurer's office and see if it's there. Senator Liston.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, I just wanted to reemphasize what the good senator from Commerce City said about coming to the event tonight to meet the anesthesiologists. I would just remind you that for those of us who have had to go to La La Land, the anesthesiologists are the last person that you see. So they are very important people, and you'll want to get to know them quite well because they are very important to bring you back from La La Land. They are great, wonderful doctors. So I would encourage you to go and meet this wonderful group of physicians, the anesthesiologists. Thank you, Mr. President.
There's a joke in there somewhere about Senator Liston coming back from La La Land. But hopefully you'll find your way out one day. Senator Kirkmeyer.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, I just want to make you all aware, I want to announce that tomorrow is National Wear Red Day. I don't want anyone to feel left out. I want you all to wear your red, wear it proud, because it's for the American Heart Month. So wear your red in support of American Heart Month. Thank you.
Senator Janal.
Thank you, Mr. President. May I have a moment of personal privilege?
Granted.
Thank you. Today we have visiting us Liberty Common School from Fort Collins. Some are in the balcony. I can see Headmaster, former Congressman Bob Schaefer up there with several of the students that came to visit today. Thank you very much. And I also turn your attention to this side of the aisle where there are more students from Liberty Common and with their principal, Sandy Stoltzfus. And they're here to visit and learn as well. But Liberty Common School is a public tuition-free, classically oriented school chartered by the Poudre School District of Fort Collins, serving students from grades K through 12. Liberty Common Schools consist of 3 academic campuses in Fort Collins, 2 elementary school campuses serve grades K through 6, 1 combined junior high and high school campus serving grades 7 through 12. And together, the 3 campuses of Liberty Commons provide a kindergarten through 12th grade pathway to college, cultivating students to become critical thinkers and leaders who succeed in 4-year colleges. And Liberty Commons has won many awards, and I'm very proud of you guys, and thank you for coming down from Fort Collins. Let's give them another hand.
Mr. Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. After that, pause, I want to jump in and join in on the acknowledgement of Liberty Common schools and the students that are here today. All of the aforementioned comments are absolutely accurate, and I want to throw one more thing in. They serve an incredibly diverse population of students for which we are all blessed, and they have an outrageously high percentage of students who actually score a perfect 36 on the ACT when they're heading off to college. It is a remarkable institution led by remarkable people. Congressman Schaefer, it's good to see you in the House today.
Senators Janal and Lundeen, you have broken the rules of this chamber. Perhaps the congressman will split the fine with you. But something tells me he's going to skirt away before he has to pay up. $5 each? Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, those are the rules. Inflation these days, I mean, Mr. Minority Leader.
Mr. President, there is no fine too great for this acknowledgement. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
All right, then we'll make it $10.
Baisley has paid the fine already. Thank you.
Senator Pelton.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today, the Colorado Stone, Sand, and Gravel Association is up in room 304. They're going to be giving presentations. They're going to teach you about their industry, some of the challenges they have. But if you enjoy driving on cement or asphalt, or the foundation of your house is important, these guys are responsible. You know, so it's a great industry in this state, and I encourage everyone to stop by and see them. Thank you.
Senator Will.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm still wondering if La La Land is a medical term. But my announcement today is that about the Colorado Rural Electric Association. They will be having their reception tonight from 5:30 to 7:30. The Pinnacle Club, right by the Grand Hyatt, 555 17th Street, floor 38. Please stop by. Thank you.
Senator Fields.
Good morning, Mr. President and colleagues. Members of the Senate Health and Human Services Committee will be meeting this afternoon in Committee Room 357. We have two bills to be considered.
Senator Fields.
Mr. President, I'd like to request a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
Members, today is February the 1st. And basically what that means is Black History Month. And Black History Month is an opportunity where we focus on the contributions of African Americans made to the United States. Many of those figures, you probably know who they are: Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, and many others. But there also are many hidden figures that we don't know the contributions that they have made. And so we're here to just encourage you to participate in activities around your state, in your community. If you see there's an opportunity to engage in a school or at a museum that celebrates the contributions of African Americans, we invite you and encourage you to participate. Thank you, Mr. President.
Further announcements. Senator Roberts.
I know. This is an exciting one. Senate, thank you, Mr. President. Senate Agriculture and Natural Resources Committee, we're meeting at 1:30 in room 352 to hear one bill, Senate Bill 45 by Senator Liston. See you there.
Concerning La La Land and in connection therewith, making an appropriation. Senator Liston.
Thank you. Mr. President, I checked with the minority leader and the majority leader, and I asked to be excused on Monday, February the 5th.
Senator Liston will be in La La Land on Monday, February 5th, and will be marked as excused. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate adjourn until 9 a.m. Friday, February 2nd, 2024.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no? The ayes have it. The Senate will adjourn until 9 a.m. tomorrow.